those were the two guitar solos I did in my version of The Sky is Crying, based on the version by Sonny Boy Williamson. In the video description here below, you will find how you can get the tab for 1 month free, and later it's incorporated in my lesson pack tabs. And also a link to the performance video where you can see the full song, and also a link to the previous lessons I should say, about the verses, and also about how to mute and things like that, some techniques. So the first solo, the special thing about it is that the bass notes in the first 3 measures I pinch together with my thumb and my index. So you get this. Maybe you can see it from here. And the great thing about this is that where you pinch, you can get overtones. Sounds a bit like harmonics. Okay, now what we're playing is and we let that rain during the next 3 beats, where we do it very softly. And those basses are muted by the thumb. I'll rest the thumb after I picked the 6th string. Also pinch together. And this is a E7 chord. It's your B7 position, moved up to the 7th fret, and we remove everything and keep the 3rd string and the 4th string, 7th and 6th fret as our chords. And I mute the bass also. And I mute with the fingers. Slide down, and that slide is very slow, so we're going to an A chord and do an arpeggio. Now that's a hit, and the trick is to hit it, but of course you're gonna hit the other strings. There's no way around that. So you have to mute them. And the bass strings, I mute them by resting my palm so they don't ring because my palm is muting them. And the first string is muted by the flesh of my index fingers. And also the 3rd and even the 4th string are muted because this finger, the index fingers, rest on them. So only the 2nd string is open, and of course you get a percussive effect because you hit the strings and you mute them immediately. So you have that bend, and then go down, you pull off, you don't play it. Don't play it with your right hand, you pull off, and then the 7th fret of the 3rd string. And a grace note. Of course you can leave out the hit and then simply play. Slow. And you go fast, that's 2 bass notes in 1 beat. let it ring into the next beat. And then, well, the next notes, the next 3 beats, so to speak, they're a bit free. So you can play that how you want, and we resume the rhythm when... So that phrase in full. And I play it all with a temp, all those notes. And let it ring. Okay, now again, maybe let's try it differently. So you can fool around with this as long as you resume the rhythm. Here the dynamics are a very big part of that lick. For example, if I played simply how it is tapped out with sounds. Now with some dynamics. So you see there, you can do a lot with very little means, so to speak. Now the second solo. Okay, so we're starting with that bass string, which is muted, of course, and then and note that I keep the notes short, so I don't grab the chord like no, and I move my left hand fingers up to keep the notes short. Let it ring. And be careful that you don't mute it with your right hand. And this bend, I started below the note, so it's bent down and then up. So you start with the note already pulled before you pick it. So it's already down a bit. And always, well, try, if you do some serious bending, to do it with 2 fingers. This one and this one, or this one and this one. So you pull with 2 fingers and you have more strength that way, and your bend will be more controlled. And you can play even the bass still softly or not. Notice also the dynamics here. Again we have a hit here. Again I mute with the right hand to the bass strings. And I even hit the guitar. And also the other strings here, the second and the third are muted, and the fourth even also with the index finger. And you can let that ring for 1 or 2 beats, it doesn't matter. That's where feeling comes into in your performance. And I tried to play this a little bit harder. I didn't succeed that very well in the performance video, but I think I did very well just a few minutes ago. And I play this with a temp. So this is faster. And then we slide to the 4th fret. And we go to the B7 chord. So again. And well, this is also like the first lick. Sorry, this one. Where the rhythm is kind of a bit broken, and as long as you keep rhythm before the lick and afterwards, so it resumed, and then you can do this in whatever you want. So because it starts really fast, then you can stretch that second beat. Again, back to the A, and I formed the chord. So what you hear is the thumb at the 5th string, but also a little bit the 4th and the 3rd, and mute it immediately. Slightly bending, and notice that the open notes I play those a bit softer, almost inaudible. And this, first we have triplets. You move up and down the 7th position at the 4th and 3rd fret. Then you go back, and I'll play that in slow motion. So you play it here, and then you do it's a grace note, and the open string, which is the same tone, and then you mute it together. And accent the first part of every beat. That's one hammer on and pull off, double pull off. Okay, that was it for the 2 solos. I hope you have fun with this song. A lot of possibilities. And well, maybe see you next time.